How you doing, everybody? Nick DiVirgilio here, and today's video is about this Sonor Vintage Series 3-piece shell pack. I've said it before, I'll say it again, vintage is king right now. So many companies are making great vintage style drums, and this is Sonor's foray into that arena. And you know, Sonor's been around for a really long time. I've been at Sweetwater for about 3 years now, and I have such a cool job. I get to play all of these different fantastic drum kits. I never really had a chance in my whole 40-year-long career of playing drums to really get behind a Sonor kit before. Obviously, I knew they were around. So many iconic players have played Sonor drums. Gavin Harrison, Jack DeJohnette, Danny Carey, Benny Grabe, Jojo Meyer, the list goes on and on. Lots of great drummers play their drums. I just never had a chance. And now I get to sit behind Sonor drums and really experience what these drums are all about. And they are really cool. These drums are made from German beech wood. Now, beech wood is a common wood from Germany, sort of like the way maple is a very common wood for Michigan, just north of us here in Indiana. It's a really cool tone wood that has a nice warm feel to it, easy to work with, and Sonor's been using beech for quite a long time. I've taken the head off the drum, as you can see here, because I wanted to show you the inside of the drum. You can see the shell, the rounded bearing edge. The head sits on just perfectly, lots of surface area to touch the head, so very easy tuning. And also, this shell, the Beech Shell, they have a special name for how they make the shell. Cross-laminated, tension-free drum making. The plies are cross-laminated to give you a nice, strong shell, but the thin plies just stay perfectly round and just give you that beautiful tone. And when you take the head off of the drum, you can see there's no seam inside. There's nowhere you can see that the shell has been put together or anything like that. It just looks like one piece of solid wood. It's very cool artisanship, very cool drum making, and just a beautiful build. So let's get into the sound of these toms. I have an 8x13-inch rack tom, a 14x16-inch floor tom, and a 22x14-inch kick drum. Rack tom first, snare wires off. Now for the floor tom. Great big tone from both of these drums and a nice tone interval between the two as well. Put the snare wires on and do the same thing for you. Really nice, big, warm tone. Now, I put some different heads on this kit just to change it up a little bit because it's so fun to do. I put on Evans Calf Tone 56 heads, which, you know, harken back to the calf tone heads of the old 50s and 60s era. When you get these drums out of the box, they ship to you with Remo coated ambassadors on the top, nice one-ply heads. You're going to get a nice bright tone with the warmth of the beech wood. But these calf tone heads really do something special on these drums. I have a calf tone 56 on this kick drum as well. So let's play the kick drum now with the snare wires off. Give you that sound. big and boomy, has a little bit of sustain. I have a tiny bit of dampening on the inside of the drum, just barely touching the batter and the resonant head. Snare wires on, same thing. bright and punchy on this side and definitely projecting out towards the audience as well with a nice bit of low end. Let me pull all these together, do a little groove without the cymbals, just the toms. I'm going to turn the snare wires off too. Here you go. So much fun. It's a shell pack. As you know, shell packs don't normally come with snare drums, but Sonor does make matching snare drums. So you can get the exact same look in a snare drum. I have a 6x14-inch Vintage Series snare drum here. So let me do that again with the snare wires on and play a little bit of groove with all the drums incorporated. Snare drum feels great too. It's got a great crack to it, nice musical sustain and ring after I hit a rim shot. All in all, these are really cool drums. Encourage you to check them out. So now let's get into all this really cool hardware. First thing I want to point out are these beautiful looking lugs. Teardrop lugs that harken back to their 1950s and 60s era kits. And also inside the lug, which you can't see, is something called Tune Safe. It's sort of like a little piece of square plastic sort of a thing. It basically just holds the tuning rod inside the lug and keeps the tuning of your drum for a really long time. No matter how hard you're hitting, you can bash and play lots of rim shots, your drum will stay in tune because of that feature inside the lug. This script badge, which is right here on the drum, celebrates Sonor's 140th year in the drum business. They have a super long history in drum making, a lot longer than I ever knew. And that badge looks really great. Celebrates that history. The hoops on all of the drum are 2.3 millimeter rounded over hoops, sort of stick saver style hoops. All that means is you're not going to get a sharp edge on the hoop, so when you play your rim shots, it's not going to beat up your stick as much, and it also gives some nice resonance to the drum as well. I do want to mention, if you can see right over here, there is a tom mount on this rack tom. So you can mount this drum off of a cymbal stand or regular tom mount. I decided to put it on a snare stand today, just for the heck of it, really. It's nice and easy with this 3-piece configuration, but you can go either way when mounting your rack tom. Next thing I'll point out are these classic looking claw hooks on the hoop of the kick drum right here. They really do look classic, old school style. And if you notice, on the tension rod as well, it has the Sonor logo embedded into the metal of the tension rod. So it's just a nice, really sleek, sexy looking claw hook on your hoop. And the hoop also has the wrap as well, so the color goes all the way to the edge of the drum. It's a really classy looking kick drum. All right, everybody, this is the Sonor Vintage Series drum kit, this beautiful vintage red oyster wrap. There are 5 colors total to check out in the Vintage Series. Lots of great options to choose from. Beautiful drums, such great history, beautiful build, very musical instruments. If you want any more information about this Sonor kit or any other Sonor product, just contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. Thanks a lot for watching.